The mind-reading stranger. Have you ever experienced something so strange, so impossible, that you couldn't stop replaying it in your mind? Today, I'm going to tell you about an encounter that still gives me chills when I think about it. An encounter that defies all logical explanation. For a few weeks before this happened, I'd noticed something while driving around town. Nothing major, just one of those little patterns you pick up on. You know how it is when you're sitting at red lights, watching the world go by? I kept seeing the same thing over and over. Pedestrians standing at crosswalks would wait for the light to change, and the moment they started crossing the road, they'd reach into their pocket and pull out their phone. Every single time. It became almost predictable. Like I said, nothing strange about it. Just a mundane observation, the kind of thing you notice and then forget about. But today something happened that I still can't wrap my head around. I was driving with my 5-year-old daughter. We pulled up to a red light at a crossing, and there was a man standing there waiting. He looked completely ordinary. Denim jacket, black cap, glasses. Tall guy, maybe 6'2". Nothing unusual whatsoever. And that's when I got an idea. You know how sometimes you want to blow your kid's mind with something that seems like magic? That's what I thought I'd do. So I turned to my daughter and said, "See that man? When the walking man goes green and he starts to walk across, he'll reach into his pocket and pull out his phone and start looking at it. Watch and see." I was so confident. I'd seen this happen dozens of times. Easy prediction, right? The light changed. The man started walking across the street. He reached into his pocket. But then, he immediately took his hand back out, and he looked directly at me, pointed right at me, his mouth open in this huge smile, like he was saying, "Gotcha." My daughter thought it was the funniest thing she'd ever seen. She was laughing hysterically. But me? I just sat there, completely frozen, mind blown. I must have stared at him for a full 10 seconds as he walked across that crosswalk. When I finally drove past him, he was still smirking and laughing to himself. Now here's where this gets really impossible. The windows were up, the radio was on. I wasn't shouting. My voice wasn't even remotely raised. I was speaking to my 5-year-old daughter in a normal conversational tone. And this man was standing 15 to 20 feet away from my car. There is absolutely no way he could have heard me. It's literally impossible. So how did he know? How did he know that I was predicting he'd reach for his phone? How did he know to call me out on it in that exact moment? I've been running through this all day in my head. The only remotely possible explanation I can come up with is that maybe, just maybe, he had made the same observation I had. Maybe he'd noticed people doing this too. Maybe he saw me looking at him and somehow guessed that I was thinking the same thing he was. But what are the actual chances of that? The chances that we'd both notice this pattern, that he'd guess what I was thinking and that he'd react in that exact moment? I don't have an answer. I genuinely don't know what happened today. Was it an incredible coincidence? Some kind of psychological phenomenon I don't understand? Or did I just experience something truly unexplainable? All I know is that somewhere out there, there's a man in a denim jacket and black cap who knows he absolutely blew my mind today. And honestly, I think he enjoyed every second of it. Has anything like this ever happened to you? Have you ever had a moment that seemed to defy explanation? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.